Okay, we're live.
Oh, hi everyone.
Hello everyone.
Let's sort of let everyone else know what's going on. Hey, if you're looking to actually watch the podcast, you need to head over to Facebook or YouTube. Some technological issues with the magic means that we can't put it onto all the usual channels. We're recording it from our phone like we did back in Brisbane.
Yeah.
And anyway, I'm now live, so you can't reach.
And I don't look like a hippopotamus on the phone this time. Could have told me I look like a hippopotamus.
You look great, man.
Thanks.
You look great, man.
Live. All live. So where are we live? On YouTube and
YouTube, LinkedIn,
why can't we do Instagram?
and Facebook, because it's through there's a different process for Instagram where you have to get a certain key,
Oh, that's right. You can work it out.
and to get that second key on the camera here,
That's right. That's you. It's all good.
it's very loud.
It's good. Loud's good.
But not me. YouTube should be loud.
Yeah. Maybe the phone's picking you up.
No, I know, but it shouldn't be picking me up as loud. That loud, I don't think.
Well, that's just the things that you find out today, I guess. Why is it not working? Oh, it's just because we're sitting still.
Yeah.
All right. Hi, everyone, and welcome to Lawnhub Live at lunch, after lunch at 2:30. We had a hardware issue with the Black Magic, which is not Dylan's fault, but it is fun to rag on Dylan because he won't quit.
Not yet, anyway. It's got so much work to do.
So, as you can see, today's podcast is proudly brought to
Sorry, I missed all that.
You got it?
Dylan had his headphones on.
So we're all good?
Well, I was hearing you, but I think just like a 20-second delay. Yes, we're all good.
It's like your normal life.
Yeah, 20-second delay.
No Kira today. She's sick. There's been some sickness goes through the office that I may have or may not have.
You know what's crazy, man? There's been so many people sick. I feel like there should have been some kind of lockdown.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, yeah, it would have stopped everyone getting sick.
Yeah.
Move Clint the mice closer. Clint, move the mice closer. Mouse? Mike.
Do you can sit back in your Reynolds box. I'm going to be recording this as well.
Okay.
There we go. Oh, so you need this as well? Yes. Use this audio.
Yeah. You put that on. You did that as well. Because I record it. See, that's okay.
We definitely have a very patient audience because if I was watching this podcast, I would not be watching it.
Yeet.
I'd be like, this is shit.
This is yeet now.
So, today's podcast might be a little bit shorter, but that might be not because we started late, but just because we have nothing to talk about.
Well, I've come up with a little
A segment?
not so much a segment, more so just some questions that I think, given the time of year,
Am I meant to be wearing headphones?
are suitable.
Did you ask me a question?
I've got a knife here. Played knifey spoony before. Do you like it? I do. It's pretty cool. Talk about my knife or my sword. It's pretty legit. Can you see that? You can't hear us. What's he listening to?
Not sure.
His fingers were in front of the camera. So yeah, this was
What sort of knife is it?
Santoku. I don't know.
A sharp one.
The
It looks sharp.
well, what's I'll read the quote. This was made by you're up there. This was made by Stephen Nelson, who, if you spend any time in the Facebook
Oh yeah, yeah.
forums of lawn, he is regularly commenting on how people could and should use water pro.
Yes.
So he said, I'm going to make you a knife.
Nice.
So I thought, oh, okay, cool. Thinking he probably will one day.
Yeah.
Then, like, when was that? Tuesday? And then it's him. He delivered it today. Scared the shit out of Brandon. Dude walked in with a knife.
Did he? Yeah. He said, oh, I feel like Jonesy back at Drake's.
You probably can't see it, but it's got a Lawnhub logo and a Waterpro logo on it. And the original plan for this knife was to use it as a barbecue brioche bun chopper.
Oh, yes.
I'm thinking it might be better used as a birthday cake cutter.
Yep.
So he said here on, whoops, oh, fuck off. It's made from, the handle is from a mallee tree root from the farm I grew up on north of Kadina. You need to do a staff brisket or something to do this bad boy justice. And earlier in the conversation, he said, I'm not saying that you should shave your plums with this, but you could if you wanted to. So,
Wow.
I don't know what, you cut paper? Is that a thing?
Cut your arm hair.
Like, I don't know. Is this, not the thing? I don't know. Do you do that? Is it? I don't, well, people are going to think I'm like, not happy. Yeah, there you go.
Wow. You're not going to be able to
That
get
is
that
pretty
on
sharp.
camera, but
Yeah. So thank you, Stephen. Like another shot.
no, just in case they couldn't see the embroidery or the
The embroidery.
The marking.
I think acid etching Might be-
etching. That's the word.
might be the word.
Smells like fresh linseed oil too.
That's my arm.
Mm.
I literally oil my arms every morning. Okay, so what's happened since we saw each other last?
Which was yesterday.
Or since the last podcast?
Oh, since the last podcast, I've got sick.
Yeah.
I
Oh, hello. Upskirts.
upstairs.
I think at some point you'll be ready. Just because we are unprofessional does not mean that you can be unprofessional.
We had our stock take sale.
Oh, fuck, that was
That
nuts.
went bananas
I think that was bigger than our Black Friday sale
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah,
That was
it's just stupid.
yeah. So, and I wrote it in the weekly cut, but it was a real stock take sale, not like some of these other stock
You
take
say
sales.
that really good.
Oh, no, I got angry because it's misleading. If you're going to do something, just fucking...
Stop worrying about your competitors, mate.
No,
Eventually, you'll elevate to a place where they no longer matter. That's where I live.
yeah, well, yes.
I just live in this happy place where I just send out, I don't need this, right? Politely, where's my soundboard?
It's a good point. I can give you the soundboard, and the people at home that listen to it later.
No, that's right. That's stupid.
Yeah. Okay.
Let's just do we'll just do an average podcast.
I think they're all pretty average.
I can just do manual soundboards anyway.
Yeah. We got any questions come through?
I've got YouTube open here. So, Bearded Sith says, afternoon chaps. Vengeance says, Clint, move your mic closer. Dylan, fix your podcast. For fuck's sake, mic closer. Cool, thanks. Now we know you guys wear pants.
Sometimes.
Yes.
Honestly, Clint doesn't always. That's not even a joke.
Got lucky today.
Yeah.
Or not.
Or not.
Yeah. Oh yeah, it depends who's watching, I suppose. There would be some people out there that would anyway.
I heard a statistic this morning that 6% of Americans think that Joe Biden outdid their expectations in the debate. So there's all types out there, mate.
You have got to be joking.
So, where did the questions come from?
Yeah. The question's not going to come into one bit now. You have to go to...
I can hear from here what's happening over there, which means that...
I've turned it down.
All right. Where do people usually ask questions on YouTube?
YouTube, Facebook, are the two. Yes.
And if I open Restream chat,
They'll all
will
be
it be
there.
there?
They should be. Yep.
Oh no, Jared. This is the risk of taking time off. Is it the same password?
Yeah.
Or did I have a user?
No, it's the same.
Jonesy, talk about something intelligent.
Wimbledon's on at the moment.
Alright, next. Try again.
I know, like, I've got to give all the sports their fair share. Wimbledon's unique because they play on ryegrass.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
You didn't know that? Yes.
I also don't really care.
I know you don't, but you do.
What's the colour?
These captures are getting ridiculous. The one for our email service, I counted 13 I had to do.
I got it wrong.
Oh, he's a bot.
Was
So obviously at
only
Wimbledon,
one colour?
on their courts, they're fully ryegrass.
Yep.
I don't understand like, you know how cricket pitches are really hard and they can crack up? So Lords, for example, that's a ryegrass pitch. But I don't know the soil makeup of a tennis court, of a ryegrass tennis court. Nice. That's looking really good.
The chat is waiting for new messages.
So if anyone knows, obviously here in South Australia, we have a lot of Santa Ana tennis courts, especially is it still called Next Gen by Adelaide Oval?
Memorial Drive.
Yeah.
Next gen's the gym, the overpriced gym that you go to if you want to hang out with Adelaide's elite.
So you see Clint there on Sunday afternoon.
No, I had an argument with them. They're on the list.
They're on the list.
They're on the list. They're fucking retards. They had I had a membership there.
Yeah.
It's $1,500 a year for a gym membership.
Is that all?
It's a lot of money for some people.
Yeah, but I thought it'd be like more of like exclusive, like 10 grand.
Well, in a world where a lot of gym memberships are $400.
Well, Derrimut's at the moment at 180 pay up front, 180 for the year.
I saw a video from them the other day. They just opened up like 3 gyms in the north. One of them was 9,000 square meters. Nuts.
They're massive. And one of them is going to be open with like sauna, pool, showers. You know, like just.
I think they all have showers.
Yeah.
Hey, my knife's on Facebook. So what was I talking about?
Next year.
Yeah, so I had this $1,500 membership, and something changed, circumstances in my life, and so I was like, "Hey, I can't use this. Can I change it to someone else?"
Oh, yeah, that's right. I'll transfer that.
Give it to a staff member who lives nearby. No.
What?
Well, that's fucked. Like, wouldn't you rather this person come and then you potentially have me as a client for the next 30 years or 50 years if I stop drinking and stop like doing stupid shit? Doesn't matter. Like, no, cool. So that membership just died, and along with any chances of me ever being a member there ever.
Nice.
I do hold grudges. I hold them well.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to Waterpro to Lawnhub. Are we talking? This is a shitty podcast. Are people watching? I need to see. Maybe Kira not
13 people right now.
Maybe Kira not being here is a problem.
True.
Afternoon all. Joel Hicks says afternoon all. I'm trying to find if there's any chat on Facebook. It's not even. I don't think it's live on Facebook, Dylan.
What's that, sorry?
It's not live on Facebook.
Apparently it is.
Okay, well, I'm on Lawnhub's page and I can't see it. Oh, there
It's
it is.
because you're logged.
All good, I got it. All right, so
There we go. Yeah, it's Daniel Clint.
About time. But the new hats are shit.
Where's that
Where's that audio coming from?
Is that your
Is that your
phone?
phone? It's party.
I'm
on.
Are
Are
you
you
right?
right?
Yeah, I'm just trying to get some changes.
We
We can hear
ourselves
ourselves
from
from
your
your computer.
Sorry. Fucking hell, dude.
Jesus,
Sorry.
Dylan's earning his keep.
Sorry.
Are we good now? Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
So Daniel Pippin said, got the latest delivery. New beanie is awesome, but the new hats are shit. What hats would he be talking about?
I'm going to have it in new hats. It's just the same hats that I've been for the last 2.5 years that I've been here.
Yeah.
The trucker hats. Well, it's hot in here. The heat just got turned back on.
Right.
Well, like, degrees went up about 15 degrees in here. Was 30, now it's 45. Might have to get the rig out, Dylan. What do you think? It's far from a rig, I can guarantee you that. Yeah, Daniel. Yeah, I don't know. Those are the hats that was for since I've been here.
This is fucking ridiculous.
How hot it is.
It's like they're trying to cook something in here.
Maybe they want us to lose a bit of weight.
There's probably better ways to do it.
Yeah.
Like hide all the soft drinks and.
Anyway.
Oh, he's done it again. Nah, we're good. All right.
There's no questions on Facebook and there's no questions on YouTube. Here we go. Hang on. We've got a question.
Yeah.
Brad, hey lawn lovers, just about to do an NSFW application with my new nozzle upgrade kit. Best in the late afternoon if it's going to get damp overnight? or tomorrow if the lawn feels dry? Cheers.
Probably tomorrow if the lawn. If the lawn's going to be dry in the morning, I do that because we give much more time for it to dry on the leaf. Very important though. I'm not going to mention the individual's name, but they sent through an image of their lawn that had some very bad burning from NSFW. The nozzle selection was one of those cone nozzles. Yeah. It's really, really, really important that you do not use one of those nozzles. It really concentrates the spray. Something like the Lawn Upgrade nozzle kit, it's perfect for herbicides application. It's going to give a nice, even mist. It's not going to over apply. Try and avoid those twist style ones, especially when using NSFW. It's okay with some fertilizers, but more importantly, the NSFW, it really needs to have that flat fan nozzle, which is what you get in the lawn upgrade kit, lawn nozzle upgrade kit. Some of the solo sprayers come factory with a flat fan nozzle. Some of them come with twist styles. It just all depends. It's really disappointing that the 414 comes with a twist style, considering the money that you spend. But yeah, it's just something that I've seen a few times this week. Just be mindful of that.
I feel like we're on the go now. Got a couple of questions. Heaters off, windows are open. That's going to be great for your audio.
Temperature in here is really nice now. I came on real quick.
They turned that heater off when I walked in, and then turned it on when the door closed, thinking I wouldn't notice. Because I looked at them like Jazz was up, and I was like, she on? And then I was like, okay, that's off. And then I checked before the podcast started, and you're right, you can feel it. It's like I should be in there and they should be in here. So anyway, Adam says this is proof Kira runs a tight ship.
Yeah.
VJ, g'day. Ordered a Celebrant on Friday evening and got it delivered to Melbourne on Wednesday morning. Great work by Jonesy. Your delivery tonight frame has certainly improved.
Yeah, I mean, we did have a bit of there was some backlog this week.
If you ordered it on Friday, then you really probably got it later than you would have, because Friday was nuts.
Friday was ridiculous. Yeah, it was really.
We didn't ship all of the orders. That probably got shipped Monday or Tuesday.
Yeah.
If I guess anyone that's referring to delivery time improvements, if you bought from us during a Black Friday sale a while ago, before we kind of caught up with manufacturing and distribution and everything, you would have got some really horrible times, like weeks.
Yeah, I remember Reedy was saying that some orders were up to 3 weeks.
Yeah. That's not how things are done now. We've got the capacity to kind of handle, I don't know, double to triple what we're doing, and we'd be fine. So, yeah. Thank you for the feedback. And Josie is amazing. Josie would be very likely Lawnhub's longest serving employee, I reckon. Would she be? She would be. She'd have to be.
Well, yeah, she's coming up 2 years.
Yeah. And everyone else that works at Lawnhub's been here
10 minutes. Yeah, so
she was here when you all started.
Well, no one I started.
Oh no, so you are.
Yeah, technically, yeah. Well, you are, but
I'm not involved with them.
yeah. No, you're not. No, so I am.
Yeah. You Dylan is.
No, I was employed for Dylan.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let's try to give you some flowers. Whatever. Just rips you down.
That's okay.
I get.
No, Dylan's been on fire today. He's worked really hard.
What have you done? Because I got here and the podcast wasn't working. Like, what did you do? Did you use up all your good stuff in the morning?
Yeah, he did all his stickers for Brando.
Yeah, all my Brando stickers.
Yeah. For the shop. All the stickers for the shop. Placement. So.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, thanks, I guess. Taylor Evans. Hey, gents. What time of year should I be should I be spraying rye out of buffalo? It appears each cool season from an overseed I did years ago and I want to remove it. Also, what was the product called again?
The product was called Duke, Taylor. So you have a couple of options. You can apply it now because rye. Now I think Taylor is in SA. I could be wrong.
Taylor Evans. I don't know if you're confusing Taylor Evans with Shad Evs.
anything.
Here we have a mutual friend who is in South Australia, so I'm going to go with yes. They are in South Australia.
Ryegrass is still growing quite vigorously at the moment, so you could apply it now. But if you do it now, keeping in mind that you're not going to probably have as much green colour in your lawn, especially if you did oversown buffalo, even though it was a few years ago. So yeah, the product's due, and you want to apply it either now or just before reno time. Either or. You might find though that rye is quite prolific at dodging herbicide application.
I think it took me 3 or 4.
Yeah. So you may need a follow-up application, but just be careful not to overuse Duke. So if it says in the label only used twice in a 12-month period, make sure you only keep it at twice. Otherwise, you've got to have absolutely no hope of getting it. God, Dylan's had all his gold stars taken down today. But Duke, very good at what it does.
All right, there's no other questions, so that's it. Podcast finished. Did you have some questions?
Yeah, I've got some questions.
You want me to ask you?
No, I'll have to ask you.
Yourself?
Yeah, no, I'm going to ask you.
Yeah,
because everyone loves listening to you, Clint.
okay, that's good.
You're the person that people want.
That makes me feel special.
That's okay.
I did a podcast out there actually.
Yeah, I know. So I'm actually looking forward for that.
I don't know what he's had a bunch of podcasts. Like he said he banks them up. So
yeah, I've been listening to some of them every morning, just something to listen to on the way to work.
that's the idea with podcasts,
That's
right?
right.
If it was in that gap, that usually would have been consumed by the corporate media giants trying to suck your dollar.
Taylor just replied, "Do you sell Duke?" Yes, we do, and I'm pretty sure. He's asking if he can collect it at Kent Town. I'm pretty sure Kent Town have it on the shelf.
I'll ask him.
Yeah, so Clint will ask. And it's a powder or it's a little granule. It's 1.3 grams per 100 square meters. I think the application rate off the top of my head. So it's very, very, very like concentrated. That 100 grams is going to last you. It's going to last you for a very long time.
It'll last you as long as it takes to get it right.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, the oversow, it's one of those
It's
things.
fun. I've still got a little bit of rye from my oversow 4 years ago. I've still got a little bit of bent in there. I've sprayed most of that out, yeah. I'm finding just pulling it by hand because I can identify it a bit easier because I've only got like 30 squares out in the front. So, yeah.
Yeah, ryegrass is like
What's he doing?
I don't know.
it's like he's hovering over the. Should we wait for you?
I don't know. It's fine.
How are you? Where's the audio coming out from your computer? That's you can't hear that we can hear ourselves.
What's the blank look?
So it's because I'm trying to connect your mics to the stream, your proper mics to the stream.
Yeah.
So it's just like doing that. So I apologize. I'll just stop. I'm just gonna sit back. I'm just gonna sit back.
Yeah. Taylor, Steve at Kent Town says that they have 2 on the shelf. So it's not a fast moving product. So you'll be fine if you're heading there tomorrow at 8 o'clock or from 8 o'clock to 12 o'clock. So
Go there now, mate. We're only on 5.
on now. So yeah.
Are you seeing the comments or not? He can't hear us. Are you seeing the comments?
I don't want to look at them, to be honest.
Adam said, "Where's the Benny Hill show theme song when you need it?" I think it's Adam.
It's a bit like that.
Benny Hill, the good old days. Yeah, I had a funny joke about like putting rye out and like the equivalent to like some dirty joke, and then I just didn't do it around. Like it kind of lost its thing.
Lost its
It would have
power.
been funny. Brad, also thanks for the order recently and some savings with the discount. I bought an extra BBW for a lad at work to introduce him to the Lawnhub brand. Hopefully he'll get on it. He was well chuffed.
Love it.
Very kind of you, Brad. Thank you for helping us and him.
Oh goodness.
So, That's all of the questions. So you want to ask me some questions?
I'll ask you some questions. So
Good. This is going to be a riot.
no, it's not a riot. So you and your partner, your life partner, have decided, we're going to build a home, and you want the best lawn in the street.
Yeah.
What do you do if you want the best lawn on the street?
You kill everyone else's lawn.
Yeah. So the house hasn't started yet. You've done all your selections. Your build date's started. Your slab's about to be dug and poured.
Yep.
What should you be thinking about at this point in the build to ensure that you have the best lawn?
My first thought was get something written in.
I don't think I've plugged in.
Have you been getting the audio? He just pulled his cord out.
Yeah, I've been getting the audio. That you unplugged it? Or
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he unplugged it.
Anyway.
So I would be making in the contract that the builders can't wash paintbrushes, mix cement, or dump any waste where the lawn will go. No one will ever do that, and the builder won't agree to it probably, but nothing pisses me off more than seeing them washing paint where a lawn is going to go, or tipping rubble and dolomite where a lawn is going to go. So you could be that dickhead customer that's just, when you're building a house and people go there and watch the builder and like every day email the supervisor and say, I just noticed that there's some timber there. Can I take that to my uncle's? Like that kind of guy.
Yeah.
The guys aren't going to use it, are they? So be that guy. So irrigation, obviously, I would be making sure that I'm getting conduits underneath any areas that are going to have a path put in later. And one of the biggest pitfalls I saw back when I was working in a sentimental yard in Newton was 19mm poly being used as that conduit. So what you'll quite often have is a builder or a landscaper will come out and run some pipe before they do concrete, and they don't know that. They're like, one pipe's fine, right?
Yeah.
Because they haven't thought about the irrigation. So the idea is if you're going to take the water off the back of a house or the front of a house and off of a garden tap that's attached to the house, you want to take that off with a main line. So you want to come down with blue line or PVC. I don't think you're actually meant to have a blue line above ground. I think that's a plumbing code thing, but a lot of people do. And so old mate Zooms from Plumber Friday will be watching the podcast intently while he's running around shirtless, lifting weights. So I'm sure he'll be able to.
So you'd suggest, if possible, tapping off the main line rather than the house tap?
Ideally, yep. So you'd want to ideally run a main line from the front of the house to the back of the house before you get anything done, any concreting stuff. It's interesting that a lack of planning that goes around irrigation, especially from people I know who are very, very successful, both, I guess, from a education standpoint and a financial standpoint, and you see them be like, what are you doing? Like, you went and bought a tap timer from your mates at fucking Hammer Barn and just fucking like stuck this piece of shit tap timer on your $4 million house. What are you thinking? And it's just a lack of knowledge, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, the reason I did this, had that question, is because I wish this type of video was around when I was building my house, because unfortunately I've got like 16 litres a minute from my back tap at home, and it's absolute garbage. Can't even bring up 6 MP rotators.
Yeah.
So and fortunately my sister, who built in the last 12 months, she's had all the conduit run.
Yeah, because you're aware.
Yeah, so helped her do that, and her irrigation system's bloody wicked, where mine's a piece of shit. But
I mean, the reality is most of the time a house plan could be, you'll have your plans.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times you'll either have a landscape design done if you're in that market, like if you're spending more money, or you're doing it yourself. Yeah. And you're just going to draw, I'm going to have a garden bed there, they're going to concrete around the house, whatever. You could bring that into an irrigation shop and get them to do an irrigation plan now and do where you think the lawns are going to go. And you can, obviously firm up that later. Yeah. But
as long as you got water there, like the water outlets.
Well, what I'm getting at is that you do that design and then you work backwards and go, well, that's where the sprinklers are going to be. Yeah. We know we're going to have a manifold there, so the valves that turn on and off. I'm going to have a manifold there. So when the builder's doing the work, and a lot of times, if you've got a plumber on site that's working for the builder, obviously they've got a contract to run to the house, or whatever. It's not uncommon, and plumbers are going to hate me for saying this, but you could probably pay them to do a separate contract, either on the books or off the books, while they're there and go, hey, if I give you this, can you just run a blue line out to the back? Just need a 25mm ball valve at each point. And then from that 25mm ball valve, that's when you can go with your non-return valve, your solenoid valves, and that kind of thing. But I think probably one thing that we talk about a lot, which is really, really underdone, is thinking about drainage and having a plan for how you're going to get water away from your lawn. I would say 1 in 100 to 1 in 500 lawns have drainage, like residentially.
Yeah.
And it's really guys like Simon Rice who kind of wanted that kind of stadium grade, like water table and everything that actually goes to that much trouble. But most people, I mean, even the other day I saw a photo on one of the lawn forums of a guy that had just thrown enough loam down to make it level. And so one side of it was the hard dirt and the rest was this really nice loam. And then my first thought was that's going to grow really nicely there and he's always going to have trouble there and he's not going to know why.
A bit like your lawn.
Yeah, 100% like my lawn. Like the edges are where we've brought loam up. So everything was kept in the middle. So that was, I think if I look for photos, I'll probably find a pile of dirt was left in the middle. And they've scraped it out to get it to grade. But then where the edging is, that's where we put all the fresh loam in.
Yeah.
And I think there's an element of my lawn does well on the edges because of the steel. Because the steel gets hot and it's actually warmer for longer. But so sunlight would be the last one. Making sure that you're not planting trees like silver birches. Shout out Matt Irving. Anywhere within about 4,000 kilometres of the lawn.
Yeah.
And just thinking about shade, right? So down the side of my house, we shouldn't have lawn. It's just silly.
Yeah.
Like it's a battle that I like fighting, and I still know I've got hydro lights up my sleeve as like the next bastion of the war and fight. But just be sensible and go, well, if I'm going to have a lawn here that requires 6 hours of sun a day or whatever it might require, am I going to get that? And start watching how the sun moves on your block if you know you've got your block, and maybe adjust your lawn to suit. Like that lawn in my backyard, we could cut it back, just cut half, like 2 meters off of it, and it'll be fine. It's just that shaded area. So I think drainage, irrigation, sun, and soil quality, which is really the four. So obviously food. Go buy heaps of Lawnhub product. Yeah. Shameless plug. And that's it, right? Like, and I think if you put them in order of importance, soil is a mandatory. Irrigation is a nice to have. Drainage is if you don't do it, it's probably not the end of the world. And sun is up there with soil, right? Like without sun, you're not going to get anymore. So if you had to choose not to put something in, I'd say don't worry about the drainage. But the soil quality, you can hand water a lawn, but you can't go in there and change the soil. Do you see how many people trying to remediate the soil?
Yeah, it's tough. I've been trying to do it for like 4 or 5 years because
I can't remember which one of these coffees was the good one. All right, next question. Is that it?
Next question.
That was a shitty segment.
Basic. So you've just moved in. So you've done step 1. Yep.
Venjamin. Can WaterPro help out with plans before the house is built? Yes, WaterPro can. And without being like selfishly, you have to use WaterPro. You'll find most professional irrigation stores in the country will be able to help you out with plans. I have been surprised to find people charging for plans where we don't. Usually, most good shops will do it for free if you're going to buy the equipment off them. But as early as you can get the plans to us, we can start working on it. Friends of ours right now, I need a message from Kyle Jones about what price to do for a friend because they've had our guys do. I told them don't come through me, just go through the team, and they actually got it. They've had their house. They gave us the house plans and have done their irrigation. Yeah,
I was going to say Kyle's actually working on one now, which is obviously that one.
And I'm genuinely fearful that I didn't get in front of him quick enough with conduits. Yeah. I hope I did. We talked about it heaps, but they just built a brand new house and they've got concrete around it. I just can't remember if we got conduits down, but I think they did. So if you're only going to get one pipe out, make sure it's mains pressure pipe. If you're going to run out with non-mains pressure pipe, get as many as you're going to need. But then the issue you're going to have is you're going to have this kind of like nest of pipes underneath your garden tap, and you're going to be manually changing things over. The cost to put in a fully automatic irrigation system that's a good quality system that's made by reputable brands that's backed up and warranted and all that is not that much different to the cost of going to a hardware shop and buying shitty plastic non-mains pressure rated tap timers that have small ports with no flow. So It's probably not where I would encourage you to try and save your money. Like automating a system's not. It's probably cheaper than it's ever been.
I couldn't agree more. Like it was before I started working here, and I was aware of everything like that. It's really obviously they're more custom and high tech and everything. Of course, the budget can blow out, as can anything. But if you're looking for a real, simple system, it doesn't really cost that much.
Got some questions that have just been bounced through from Dylan from Instagram.
Nice.
The ones that we ask people to ask and then we regularly forget to look at. So Shane Evans is on watch. Oh, he might not be watching, but long time fan, long time question answer.
Yes.
No. What are your plans? Did we finish talking about
that? There's 1, 2, 3.
Oh, so
there's 5. There's 5 questions.
Well, let's do these and then we'll go back.
Yeah. That's fine.
So he says, what's Dylan saying?
Oh, I'm just saying some words. Ignore that.
Ignore you. Done. Shanevs, what are your plans for lawn renovations this spring? What processes and products? Question mark.
Mine will be the same it has been for the last 2 years. I'll get a nice scarify and a core top dress with, I don't know if we can call it Lawnhub top dress sand anymore, but
I think they currently probably are.
Yeah.
I don't have a challenge on that unless people are selling Lawnhub products.
Yeah. Cellophane, Barricade, Wetting Agent, Wet, and now Mini Peel's back in stock. Get Mini Peel's back out there.
That's probably want to put some Mini Peel aside. Make sure you've got some.
That's my renovation.
I've got some fertiliser in the car that you gave me. Probably should put it on the lawn. So my front lawn will be an interesting one because obviously it's not a renovation, but I have a lot of other grasses popping up in my lawn that aren't the blend, and no one can I've shown them to my secret side superintendent, and he's like, I don't know, like it could be this, it could be that, and he's only seen photos, but it's really spreading. It's a nice grass. It's like a light lime green in a dark green lawn. And it's a coochie style grass that kind of spreads, but it kind of has like a curved leaf, like it's going that way. But so I'm probably going to plug a lot of that out because I'm not having any luck pulling it out. So as soon as I can do that now, obviously. A lot of my crescents have filled in, or they're filling in. So obviously the tillering of the
that's so cool.
The lawn's kind of filling them in, which is interesting because obviously it's not a spreading lawn, but it is spreading.
But it will, obviously tiller. And those of you that don't know what tillering is so in a ryegrass or a fescue, which is yours is a blend of different fescues, but it'll grow up in one strand, you cut it, and then it turns into 2, and then you cut that, and that turns into 2, and then all of a sudden this one stem has 16, 18 different blades on it, and that's what tillering is.
Yeah. So it's doing that. I haven't mowed that lawn for a long time, and I think that I just need to kind of just take it up that next level. I haven't fertilised it for a long time either. I'm still not sure about your granular fertiliser at this time of year, but when it's 17 and sunny today, it's ridiculous.
You'll find the fescue will take it.
Yeah.
Take it like a girl.
Oh, Jesus. No?
Yeah, because when I had bent out the front of my place, I fertilised all winter. I had some really good colour.
All right, I'll put it out and water it in. I might give it a mow, put it out and water it in.
Yeah.
So that's the front lawn. The back lawn, I don't know. This might be the season. Well, if we're going to start building down the side of the house, my lawn's probably going to get trashed. So we might not renovate my lawn. I have like a farm of broadleaf at the moment. Like I've been letting the broadleaves go, and my lawn is deeply broadleaf.
Yeah.
With the plan to use it for content, so we can show how NSFW treats broadleaf weeds. So I took some photos of it the other day, and Kira's like, "You've got any better photos?" I'm like, well, you can come and take some photos if you want. So, we could probably spray them out in the next week, I reckon, and just kind of do it, like show how they can get managed even during winter.
Yeah.
Using NSFW, and then I might core. I still think we'll probably buy a corer. Yeah. I don't think that's off the cards, like inside the group, to own a corer and just have it here.
Because it'd be one of the most used things, I think. stuff use-wise that we'd have, to be honest. Like, anyone that has a lawn will use it. Especially that Billy Goat one. It's so easy to use. Even
I could use it.
Even you could use it, and was successfully too.
All right. Where are we? Questions. Plant peat, which is Pete from Adelaide Plant Recovery. How do you get sour sobs out of your lawn? I know this is a question we get asked.
Yeah, so unfortunately there's no turf registered product in Australia that tackles it. However, this is where I will refer people to do their own research. There is a product in the States that is available here, the active is available here in Australia, that is safe for cooch. It's safe for cooch lawns. Not sure about buffalo, not sure about cockatoo, not sure about other plant or other grass varieties we find here in Australia. But it is safe for hybrid cooch and common cooch. The active ingredient is available here in Australia, but is only registered for crop use.
Okay, so you shouldn't be using it.
Shouldn't be using it in Australia, but yeah,
Rogue agents might use it.
rogue agents may use it.
Jesus Christ, you're dancing with flying away to heaven.
I know.
The lawn.
Not financial advice.
Not financial advice to your own research.
Yeah.
How is it that Doge is our strongest crypto portfolio? We should be getting primed for a crypto pump, I reckon. It's about now, 24, 25, like October, November this year, I reckon. Big pump.
There was just one, 3-4 months ago.
Crypto's down, like Bitcoin's gone under 90 grand again. There was, but that wasn't a pump. That was just a fucking teaser. That was like,
Oh, you mean pump, right?
yeah, like Bitcoin doubling. Yeah. November, maybe October 28. Like that gap there.
Okay.
Cool. Write that down. When's the election? November. Maybe a little bit later in November. Anyway, write that down. Go buy some cryptocurrency. Buy some funny money.
Well, your bets will come off anyway, surely.
Oh, I don't know. I'm starting to feel a little bit like I think Michelle Obama might have been a bit of a long shot. There's talk. I mean,
but then Sportsbet limited your bet as well.
yeah,
Like,
they did that yesterday. I tried to put money on Asher Ketty to win the gold logie.
Yeah.
And I put $100 on her to win the gold logie, and they wouldn't let me put more than $25 on it.
Oh.
Yeah, because she was paying $21, and she was that outside long shot for the gold logie. And I think she's of all the people that are like due for it. I think she's probably maybe the most talented. I don't know if that's the best way to describe it, but I think she's good. The problem is it's voted for by fucking people that read TV Week or whatever, right? So you've got to think of like, Larry Ender was the favourite, right? Now, if he's never won one, that'll be the thing.
Yeah.
Larry's got to get his, then you got Channel 9 fucking execs just pumping it with ads. So I was like, oh, this is where my brain went. I wonder which network will spend the most money advertising their person. And then Asher Ketty is just come out a new show with David someone, Semiranger. David Semiranger. That's a SRT 8.
Yes.
So, I put money on her long shot. They only let me put $25. I'm paying $21. I was like, all right, cool. Anyway, Donald Trump had a video released yesterday, Teflon Don.
Yeah.
The other Teflon Don. And he was talking about how shit Kamala Harris was and how his sources are saying that Joe Biden's going to step down and that Kamala Harris, and he's like, that's wicked. Like imagine her sitting down with Putin.
Yeah.
So got me thinking like, yeah, it can't be her. So Michelle Obama could do it. Gavin Newsom. Anyway, I've got some bets on there. Also not financial advice. So back to the show. The tool shed says, when can we get Lawnhub jumpsuits? So what I'm thinking is, now this has become your problem again.
Yeah.
Let's find some cost-effective orange jumpsuits, maybe without the expensive 3M tape on it.
If this purchase from Alibaba comes through,
Have you ordered one?
not these, but I ordered something on Alibaba. And, like, it wasn't full Matt everything spec, but like did my research, made sure they were a real shop. So if those products,
didn't give them $3,000.
no, hell no. No. But if they come through, then I'll invest more time into Alibaba, and I think
If anyone wants to know what he's referring to, Matt Irving from the episode of Ask Ervo, hashtag Ask Ervo, in the past 12 to 24 months, bought a shipping container on Facebook Marketplace.
Which was in the news recently. I actually lol. Like,
I posted that company wide, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
So the container didn't rock up. $3,000 of our hard-earned cash went down the drain, and then the number that he rang, the guy answered.
Yeah.
The number was active, but I don't know what the fucking police did about it. I won't comment on that. So, Ask Ervo, not good at buying shipping containers.
So Alibaba, I believe, is the answer. That we're going to be satisfied.
All right, so
and cost-wise.
Can we get an answer for the tool shed that is measured in days, weeks, or months?
Probably the next. I'm on holidays at the end of the month.
So I'm going to have to fucking do it.
No. 30 to 60 days.
No, too long.
Okay.
Let's find a cheap jumpsuit. Let's tell you what. What's his name? The tool shed?
Tool shed. Yeah. Michael.
Thank you.
Michael.
You sure? It's really offensive that you don't know his name.
I was talking to him last night.
Last night,
But you know my memory, it's shit.
Vemjum says yes to jumpsuits. Alright. So I'm going to Google orange jumpsuit and see what we get. So what I'm going to do, we're going to get
Andrew, sorry.
Andrew. That's more. He looks like an Andrew. He looks like a Michael.
Yeah, I can't pronounce his last name, and I just sat and I'd say to on my desk Andrew Michael because I can't. That's right, I can't pronounce his last name. Sorry, Andrew.
It's cheaper to buy an orange prisoner jumpsuit, right? From Spotlight for $24 than it is to buy coveralls, cotton coveralls. In saying that, I think most people are going to want to wear these as a
Actual PPE.
flannels. Yeah, we talked about flannels last week, didn't we?
At first, I thought you said flannels, like face wash.
I think they'd be called lizard rags.
Yeah.
So I want to organise these orange jumpsuits. How about astronaut print jumpsuits? That he's obviously VJ's on the internet googling the same things I am.
Radioactive, bloody Back to the Future stuff.
Adult orange, yeah, they're $73. If we are playing that game, how about adult pumpkin costumes? So there's no to flannels. Oh, sorry, Beard and Sith. So I'm going to find some orange jumps. Fucking $80. It's ridiculous. And Matt gets angry when I do this, but I'm like, they shouldn't be that much, right? You know how it is?
Yeah, but
I get a price in my head. I'm like, that should be $35.
and Evo, if you're listening, don't hate on me, but he gets angry at you for doing it, but he does the same thing.
But you know what he does it with? Trade services at the place he lives. They trash something. I hope he is watching. Hi, man.
Love you, man.
So I'll find them, and then I want to get screen printed stuff on them, and then we'll sell them. I just don't know. Actually, here's a good question for those of you that are interested. If we had to buy them for $80, like if we sold a Lawnhub jumpsuit for $120, because we'd have to get it screen printed and stuff, would you pay for that? Because I think it's getting a bit stretchy.
Oh, it is a bit stretchy. I mean,
You might just get 10 made or made to order.
yeah. I mean, the other thing as well, like we've got all those beanies. Shit big.
We bought beanies.
Sport beanies. People want to get on them, and I mean now we're giving them away.
Yeah.
I think
No to flannels, yes to flannels.
yeah, I'm all good for that. No.
Limited edition run. Damn right, there's limited. Sorry, Men in Black reference. Just a dick with wheels.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back to the show. Sorry about that. What am I doing, Dylan? That was the last of the Instagram questions, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And a few Facebook page.
Yeah, that's right. I've got Facebook open as well.
Oh, you do?
Yep.
Professor.
I'm a professional,
Professor.
unlike.
Yeah, Barty over here. Barty's are up.
Someone tried to call our text line.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, he called it. It was meant to divert to our landline. But we're just going to message saying we had a missed call. So, Taylor Evans says, looks like me and Steve have a hot date tomorrow to grab some Duke. That's if Steve's working tomorrow, but there's a good chance you will see him. I think. Ash Mint. Mate, love your products, and I followed herbicide poison products, but still got a bloody annoying weeds coming up. NSFW. Is there a dedicated winter grass destroyer?
There is.
And that bloody annoying onion grass.
There is. It's called Duke. We'll get rid of the onion grass.
There's one left at Kent tomorrow.
Yeah, depending on your lawn variety, depends on your winter grass treatment. So, yeah, I like Polcheck is one of the leading products that we sell, but it's not suitable for kikuyu, unfortunately. So, if you don't have kikuyu, yeah, Duke for onion grass. Duke can also suppress winter grass. I'm unsure if it's full kill ability. I know it says suppression only on the label, so that suggests to me that it may stop it, and to an extent, it may not be a full kill. So,
Jonathan King says, what websites does Jonesy get his more technical information from? I would like to know more in-depth information. Cheers, Jono WA. Oh, and the neighbour's ball grass is really pissing me off. It keeps infiltrating my Santa Ana.
oh, if you want Santa Ana is the goat, so all you need is some monument there.
Which is only $4,000 a book.
Nah, it's come down.
Really?
Well,
Patent's up.
no, it's come down because now we can buy it. It's come down.
Nice.
Even though we used to, still, yeah. Anyway, that's different.
Don't
yeah,
upset people.
yeah, I'm not upsetting people.
Bad enough that we get death threats we're tired from you as it is.
Oh, bring it on. I haven't had death threat in a while, actually.
I don't think I've ever had one.
No,
I don't want one.
they're pretty anyway. Yeah, maybe everyone just needs to do a year in the supermarket.
I did.
Yeah. Oh, you did. Yeah.
I did multiple.
Yeah.
Years. I was 15 when I was working in supermarkets, man. But there's a fucking good way to grow up.
Yeah.
Because when you're 15 in a supermarket, especially if you have an absolute fucking cocksucker piece of shit manager like I did, you don't just get treated like shit by customers. You get treated like shit by your boss.
You get treated
And so-
like shit out in the shop floor and behind the shop.
You're basically looking forward to maybe being abused riding your bike home by motorists.
Yeah.
Because that's the nicest treatment.
Yeah,
you've had
that's
day.
the nicest treatment.
I fucking hate that guy so much. Well, I still see him too.
As in,
He wouldn't remember me at all. Maybe that's why I drink. This is unreconciled pain. Tony Bell.
as for websites, no one website, honestly.
Maybe you can make one, Jonesy.
Maybe.
Call it lawnhub.com.au and just
Well, I made
post articles on there.
Yeah, I made some really good progress on the book this week, actually. So,
I need to write my book.
yeah, I've got about, how many words did I say, Dylan? About 4,000?
Something like that, yeah.
Are you writing this book with your brain or with...
There's absolutely no chat GPT.
That's all I ask.
What
What
Absolutely
a fucking loser.
nothing.
You should have had it finished by now if you actually utilised the tools
I-
available.
So you enjoy this, right? So we get a lot of emails to try and support people, whether that's by donating product or sponsoring stuff,
Everyone likes cash.
And if someone says if someone has the time to email us, I'll read every email that comes through. This one particular shit plea for help type thing was written by ChatGPT, and I can tell it was written by ChatGPT, and you would be able to tell straight away, as would you, Dylan. And
I don't know. Some people are just very good
No,
at
no,
writing
no, no.
because
Love
I've
this.
been accused of ChatGPT recently, and I'm like, no, I'm just a very good copywriter. Go fuck yourself. I do use it sometimes, but not for ad copy, because you can tell, right, Dylan? It's like goosey. Is that a right? That's goosey. So yeah, no, ChatGPT would say goosey. Anyway, so when you sent it back, did you ChatGPT back?
No, I just deleted it.
Oh, you should have copied it, pasted it into ChatGPT and say, write a sarcastic no response to this email. And it would have been funny as. And then copy it out of ChatGPT, but paste it with all the ChatGPT entity shit so that it's obvious that it's come from ChatGPT. I thought it was funny. He's too busy to listen. All right. No shit.
Yeah, so that's done.
That's silly.
Yeah, so that's done.
That's ridiculous.
So that's done. I already have another place in mind, so I'll reach out.
Well, get approval before we talk about it. But
yeah, I'll reach out to them first.
Sorry. That's going to annoy anyone watching.
Yep, that's actually upset me. That has so. They've put anyway. That can be a separate issue.
Are you going to talk about it at some point?
I'll talk about it at some point. Well, it's going to be a talking point because it's going to be completely different to what we said. So,
all right.
But that more to come on that.
No, you can't miss an episode. See what he did there? Sucking you all in. Yep. After the outbreak, a volcano's going to blow up next to it. A bunch of kids on the school bus. Brad on YouTube said, "Can anyone tell me where to hire the Billy Goat Cora from that you recommend south of the city, please?"
South of the city?
So I'm guessing in South Australia. I would say this is probably not a question that Max would want to answer because it's kind of competing with him, but he would know.
He would know. But his I mean, if you look at it yourself,
DM maximum penetration and say, "Hey, dude, where can I hire a Cora near you so that I don't have to use you?" It doesn't really work.
Or if you want to take a nice drive down the expressway, you could come all the way down to Anglevale. There's one there.
Do Marston's have one?
There's cam driven, but it's not the Billy Goat.
Yeah, okay.
Ideally, you want the cam driven one, and by cam driven, like a car.
Do it. Get up on the table.
Yeah, over the barrel style
because
it's just a bit harder to manoeuvre. Not saying that they are overly difficult to manoeuvre, but if you're typically when you hire a Cora, you're not just doing one lawn. You're doing.
Is that the one Max has got, the Billy Goat?
No, his is a different one, but his is camp.
Same concept. Yeah.
He's got one.
It's massive.
Yeah, he's got heaps more tires than the Billy Goat.
So I'm sorry, man. We don't have an answer for you there.
You may. I'd just ring high yards and landscape yards. Just see how you go. I'm not because like I said, I'm north of Adelaide, so I've fortunately got two. But Golden Grove, if Golden Grove's not too far of a drive, there's one there as well on Facebook Marketplace to hire.
Lawn Cora, the mower superstore. You can buy them for $8,299. Jesus. I think we might have to get the Honda GX160, $4,999 one.
Is it cam driven?
I don't know, it just says paddock motorised lawn aerator. Looks similar. It's black, so it's better. Stanford Hire, Adelaide, Redwood Park. Billy Goat lawn aerator heading out this morning, $110 per day. I've just Googled it. Stanford Hire, Redwood Park. That's obviously north. Kennard's Hire. That's where I would probably have gone first. Go support the conglomerates.
But they do have to.
What about Blackwood Hire? Anyway, I would recommend just ringing around. I definitely can't.
I know that's such a shit thing because nobody likes using the phone anymore. But
yeah, it's a bit of a lost art, isn't it? So I'm going to close that tab and try and work out what we are doing. We have questions to answer. Fuck, it's 3:30. Dylan, are you sending them through to me? Yes, you are. Okay, Bearded Sith, mini peel same as Trojan but smaller granules, question mark?
no, it's not. And to give you the long answer, mini peel has a lot more elements in it than that of Trojan. They're two completely different fertilizers. Let's just establish that to begin with. There's a lot more, and that's why mini peel was unavailable for such a long time. It's because it has so many raw mini inputs, whereas Trojan requires less inputs. That's not because it's a shitter fertilizer or mini peels are better. They're two completely different ballgame fertilizers, and they do two completely different things. So, no, they're not the same. Hence the price as well. But no, they're not the same.
There is mini Trojan.
There is tiny Trojan.
Which is the same as Trojan, only smaller.
Yes.
Bearded Sith, thanks for the cat, boys. Had to pick it up from the front door of my old house, but she all good.
Yeah, we
had an old address.
Yeah, we had an old address in the system, and then he messaged me. I thought we intercepted it, but obviously
he intercepted it.
Yeah. Anyway.
You imagine you see a Bearded Sith rock up to your house like fucking on the Ring camera. It's like, oh shit.
Do you want the keys then?
I don't know what you look like, man, but just tripping.
Yeah.
All right, Adam Mudge, who should be working, so I don't know what the fuck he's doing messaging us, says, "Hey guys, long-time follower, first time messenger. Don't shoot the messenger. How do I stop the cockies from eating my lawns?
I don't have cockoo.
Don't have cockoo.
Yeah.
Or have a neighbour with a better kikuyu than you.
Yes, that's also a hot tip.
Yes. So if you've got kikuyu and you're having trouble, I would encourage you to encourage your neighbours to get on the Lawnhub train and all grow elite kikuyu lawns and just keep yours just a little bit below the standard.
Yeah, so the cockies or the Corellas or what's the other?
Galar.
The...
It's the white sulphur-crested cockatoos.
Yeah.
That did mats. I saw a photo of New South Wales lawn fanatics or lawn addicts, lawn gigs. And I'll choose you cocky lawns.
I've said it before, they used to eat the artificial cricket pitch at school. Yeah. Like, they're bloody chickens. But
if I had that problem, I would kill them.
Yeah.
But you're not allowed to do that.
Yeah. No. Depending where you are, what counts with regulation.
I'm EPA.
But the reason they're after kike, like, it's because it's full of sugars, it's full of carbohydrates, it's thick, it's easy to get to, and
it's like available.
Yeah, it is a wheat.
So, Adam Mudge, there's a guy that works with you, who you're actually probably sitting in his office right now, who actually had kikuyu in his front lawn.
Was able to overcome it.
They destroyed it to the point where he ripped kikuyu out and put in my baby Tiff Tuff.
Yes.
My Tiff Tuff's small ones, which was a cause. There's a video on our Lawnhub YouTube channel on us doing that.
I'm surprised we didn't get a letter for that. We just got talking.
Honestly, I don't think people could be bothered sending us letters anymore because I don't respond to them.
Yeah.
And so you get these legal notices and I'm like, delete. And so what are you going to do? You're going to sue us? Or we're going to go to fucking court over it?
Yeah.
Imagine that. So what are your damages? Because if you're going to sue someone, like, you're going to either have to chase some kind of damages or to take the video down.
Yeah, $700 is what the damage would be for that bloody particular.
Well, you have to prove that he would have put that lawn in if it wasn't caused. You also have to then, prove that he what's to say he would have bought 1 square metre and just let that spread it. Yeah. So you want to go to court? Let's go.
Yeah.
Fuck it, I've got.
Yeah, our competitors are going out. Fuck.
Dude, my legal bills, I shit you not, we would be in the tens of thousands. Like, as in, this year we've probably spent, 20 grand on legal bills. No, maybe more actually, because we got 2 bankruptcies as well. They cost about 9 grand. So, yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Taylor Evans said, I know you offer soil testing, but would Lawnhub or WaterPro offer a professional service in SA to physically inspect and help through turf issues in SA?
Potentially.
No.
Yeah. Depends, I mean, probably at a homeowner level, no, because then that sort of competes with our customers. And those of you not aware, WaterPro doesn't install. It's one of Clint's values that rather give the service.
Well, it's common sense.
Yeah.
Like, why would you compete with the people that, don't bite the hand that feeds you?
Yeah.
Like, we've got customers that spend a lot of money with us, and then it blows my fucking mind the amount of our competitors that go out and win commercial irrigation installs and then chase the support of the people they beat and expect to win that game. It's ludicrous.
So obviously, when I first started, I was very naive to this world. I had no idea that, I'm going to be, I've said this before, I didn't know that there was independent irrigation shops like this.
Well, no one does. That's why it's so hard for us to hire staff.
Yeah.
Because people are like, what? We put an ad up on we've got a job going at the moment at Kent Town. And I think people think they're applying for a job at, Supre or, I guess the thing I can compare it to the most is Autobarn or Repco, right? Like, it's a professional store for products.
Yeah.
But people don't get it. So, anyway, you started here.
Yeah, and when I asked, so early on, if you go back in the Lawnhub videos, I redid Dad's irrigation. But I was asking questions like, would you...
330 much.
Too much.
Jesus.
Who installs that? Do you guys install it? Because I remember at this point I was solely Lawnhub, had no idea about irrigation, WaterPro. And you said no, we don't, because it competes with our customers, blah blah blah. What Clint just said, and that made sense to me. And then the like it just made sense. I was like, yeah, fair enough. And then you speak to people, and it's like, why don't you guys install? Like it's foreign to them, but it makes and that's mutable law number. What is it? What's that? 10. Fuck normal.
Fuck normal.
Fuck normal. So
that's not missionary. That is buck the trend. Don't do what everyone else is doing. It's just. I think there's two things here at play. One, short-term economics, and I think the other thing's the same. I was going to say people putting money over people, but it might take us a little bit to grow, and we get opportunities all the time. And I still have to argue, I have to fight Mudge about stuff because he's like, "Why don't we do this? This would make us money." But if you fracture your attention from your main thing, which is what railways did, then you're not focusing on your main thing, and then you can't possibly be the very best of your main thing.
Mm-hmm.
And so if we start chasing other things, like you think about the practicality, and this is a big rabbit warren that you just sent us down, Taylor. When you ask that question, my brain goes to employee or contractor, car, yep, how much is that going to cost? What's the salary? How regularly would they be doing stuff? It wouldn't be something that we could probably hire for less than a certain amount of money. In that theory, then Jonesy would probably have to do a lot of the work. We probably wouldn't have people that do it more than, say, 8-7 months a year because people are thinking about their lawn. So we go through this whole process and just go, well, based on that, would we consider that the free service that we offer now, which is responding to pictures, because most of the time you can identify problem photos.
Yeah.
So we actually probably are doing the inspections, Taylor. We're just not physically doing them. And then, so I'll go, it's not a smart business decision for us to hire for that at this stage, and it might change. What we would do is say, tell us where you are and what you need. And if Jonesy can't help you over the phone, then let us put you in touch with someone that we know that can do that in the area and support those trades, which is how WaterPro does it. If someone comes in here and says, I need an irrigation system, do you guys install? We say, no, but these are customers of ours that we know and trust. And the thing is, it's interesting because a lot of times you could go straight to the going, of course they'll give it to them because they make money off of them or whatever. As a store, we get exposed to the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we get exposed to customers that pay their bills, we get exposed to customers that don't pay their bills, and it makes it very clear and transparent for us to understand who are the best quality installers, because they're the ones that come in here regularly, spend money, and pay for it, and we don't get phone calls back from people going, why did you send that person to my house? They did this, this, can't speak properly. Anyway, Gordon Adams on LinkedIn, our only LinkedIn follower, and also the only social media platform he's allowed on, says, nice background art. He's referring to this picture, which she gave me. Thank you, Dad. Gordon Adams is not allowed on Facebook or Instagram because, well, he can do whatever he wants, but back when Julia Gillard was our Prime Minister, he was quite critical of her and would post underneath all of her stuff and just drill her. So, thanks, Dan. Josie Ray, you're welcome, VJ. Josie Ray also said, sorry, Bearded Sith, we did put in a redirection, but it must have been too late. It wouldn't be that. It would be that the companies that do the freight do not give a fuck. And so they would have got it and just gone, I'm not finding that. Just take it out.
I had a phone call from one of the
Company X.
One of the freight.
Not X, sorry, Elon, I love you.
And I answered the phone, like, hello, Adam speaking. And they put me through the ringer for me to confirm who I was so I could help this customer. I'm like, look, man, I know you're doing your job, but it's fucking me. Like,
it's like when the ATO ring me and they're like, we just need you to authorise who you are. I'm like, I don't know who you are.
Yeah.
And then they're like, yeah, but we're the ATO. I'm like, I don't know that. There's heaps of scams. Yesterday I bent my phone, which I'm very surprised. You won't be able to see it on the camera, but it's physically like, it's a banana. Because I got so angry with MyGov, which Jazz needed me to log into for some reason. And I said to her, if they want my money, they can come and get it. Yeah. I'm sick of this shit. It shouldn't be this hard to fucking pay tax or whatever I had to do. So I expect I'll probably it'll get to a point where someone will ring me. And you're like, hey, this is overdue. I'm like, cool, money's in the account. Just waiting for you to call.
Yeah.
There you go. Because I couldn't remember what email address. I logged into my personal MyGov. There was 97 emails in there. I was like,
Jesus Christ.
I'm assuming this could be important, but I don't like it. It's too controllable. I don't like it. I know I just said that.
And 7's a lot.
Well, I haven't probably logged in for 5 years.
Yeah, okay.
But what do I need MyGov for? Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't use Medicare. I pay my taxes. It gets lodged through an accounting firm, so I don't have to go in there and look at it. What else do you use MyGov for? Medical shit.
License. Records.
My license expires in 2033, so I'm good for a little while. 2033? No, my passport's 2033. I think my license might be 2028. So that's yeah. Fucking go.
Your jab certificate.
That's it, man.
Sure is.
But I didn't have to go in there. I've got a hard copy of
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
proof that I too can follow instructions. Nat Extreme. Yeah, 1E, not 2. Okay, thanks, Clint. Would love to swap my kite out for a different grass type from seed. Best way to go about it? Question mark. The area gets sun during. I'm reading, bro. Sorry. Dylan's just adding questions. It gets sun during spring and summer, but not much in autumn/winter. Suggestions on grass type in Victoria. So, firstly, the video that Ervo that's on our YouTube, we should probably try and link that up somehow, somewhere. Maybe in the notes.
Which one is it?
Of Ervo putting out Tiff Tough and growing a lawn from Stolons.
Oh, yeah.
So he did what you're describing. He killed his kikuyu by poisoning it with glyphosate maybe 4 times. Like it had to get
and then he removed the soil.
Yeah.
Killed it and removed.
Killed it, yeah, then killed it again.
Mm.
But he's got kike in his lawn.
Yeah.
I was there the other day and there was kike popping up again. So it's an ongoing thing. My recommendation when I was working at a landscape supplies yard was if there's kikuyu near your house, just put kikuyu in. Because I was dealing with the people who were putting polypipe underneath cement.
Yeah.
If you really care, and obviously if you're watching this stupid podcast, then you probably do care about your lawn. Kill it aggressively, remove soil, bring in fresh soil. Great opportunity to get all the stuff done that you might have not done, like proper drainage and irrigation systems and all that kind of thing. Grass type in Melbourne gets sun during spring and summer, not much in autumn winter. If you have no dog, I would contact Jonesy and find out what my fescue blend is and put that in.
Mm-hmm.
But
yeah, fescue blend or rye. Keep in mind though that if you do have kikuyu there currently, there's a high possibility, regardless of the practices that you put in place, you're still going to get kite come back. So,
and if you want to make sure that you can use a chemical to kill that kikuyu that won't kill the other one.
Yeah, which there is. There's 2 off the top of my head. They're not registered for that use, but you do your own reading, you can work it out. So there are ways around it. So, but yeah, I mean,
Sorry.
kike. Yeah, I mean, yeah, rye or a fescue. I mean, rye for me I'd like a ryegrass lawn. There's one not too far away from my house. Looks after it, but does require a lot more water and stuff. That's just one thing to keep note of.
Yeah. You can still water those. Oh, that's labels. Brendan Dove. Sorry, not lawn related, but what's Clint's views on cover letters as an employer? So I'm guessing Brendan's referring to cover letters when it's sent in with a resume. It's pretty funny that you're asking this because I've been more involved with hiring in the last probably month than I have been in the last 2 years. Just being a little bit more across. I think I'm good at identifying talent from a resume. There's 2 of them sitting in here. I don't care. I'm not overly concerned about if people put a cover letter in or not. If you're applying for a job as an irrigation designer and your cover letter says, I'm pleased to be applying for a job as an architect, then you're not going to get an interview. You're a fucking idiot. And it's just stupid. And I think if you're going to go to the trouble to apply for a job, do the extra 30 seconds and customise the cover letter to suit the business.
Yeah.
It's funny. I could go get any job I want, barring a job that requires a certificate, like a doctor or an accountant or an architect or whatever, because I would I'd get the job. I probably couldn't do the job, but I could get the job. I could interview well enough and customize my application. I think you should customize your resume for a job. I think that if you really, really want the job and you want to get the attention of the person, we had video. So our first ever videographer, DK, applied for the videography job with a video, and he had the job.
Yeah.
He did a 3-minute video, showed what he could do, did a funny rap in it, put a unicorn mask on because it was a digital media unicorn, landed the job. You don't have to, I don't think you have to have a cover letter. Like, your resume is going to be enough. If you look on Seek, when people do cover letters, they have, it's just text. It's just, like they just type some text in, and there's some shockers. So I would say just customize it. I like it. It gives me some context. We, in our ad, so read the ad, right? And in the ad, it says, for us specifically, the 12 immutable laws are important to us. Our values are important to us. If any of them, if 8 of them resonate with you or one of them resonates with you, it's likely you might be the right fit. A good idea would then be to go in your resume or your cover letter referencing that and saying, even the irrigation job. So here you go. There's an irrigation counter sales job going at the moment at Kent Town. So the things we know about that. It's an irrigation shop. It's an entry-level position. No experience is necessary. On-the-job training will be provided. It's full-time, and there's 12 immutable laws that matter. So in my letter or in my resume, I'd be talking about the fact that it's in Kent Town. So, if I lived at Ranella or if I lived at Gawler, in my cover letter, I would say I'm very aware that, Kent Town's not around the corner, but my girlfriend lives at St. Peter's, and so I'm generally there, or I actually catch the bus, or I do whatever it is to take that objection out of the way, because employers will look at that. And I think if you can take away a lot of those objections and kind of tick off the boxes, so you go, I really love immutable law, blah, 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 because, or I'm really interested in irrigation because it was not something I never ever thought about until I saw the job, but I've been, I don't know, doing some stuff. I used to play with Lego, whatever it is. I enjoy the tactical or the tactile process of it, or problem solving. And as much as I have no experience in it, I am X, Y, and Z, and would love to do this. There's heaps of shit. There's so much content about every business now, and most businesses. Go do some research. Yeah. Customize your cover letter if you're going to have one, or customize your resume. Keep your resume clean. Don't put experience from 15 years ago. No one gives a shit. If you won like a maths award in year 11 and you're 45,
it's time to get the
one. All right, you can drop that one off.
Yeah.
So
that's good. Like customizing. So, for example, in particularly hectagons,
well, he's probably interviewed more people. His opinion's probably more important.
There's hidden messages in our job application. Yeah. So, for example, Jonesy, she fucking did it perfectly. So our hidden message was you had to mention roots and shoots in the cover letter.
It's not really a hidden message. It's there. You have to read it.
You have to read it, and the way I can't.
To say, if you actually want to work here and you're not just applying for the job to tick off some kind of centrally requirement, please add these words.
Yeah,
and get your wage.
Yeah, and Josie tied in. It was really nice the way she put it together, and was like how she interpreted it. It was creative. And there's a lot of people out there that are probably applying for jobs and going, fuck, no one's going to hire me, but I didn't care. Like, I couldn't even pronounce Josie's last name. I couldn't, I called her wrong name for the first 2 months. She didn't tell me that it's Josie, not Josie. I didn't give a fuck, but it was creative,
You weren't looking for, you were just looking for a human to come and do the job. You had no preconceived ideas about their religion, their sex, their age, their height, nothing. It was just human. Yeah. And so she got.
Yeah. I think out of that job there was 180 people who applied for that one.
We have had. But I want to say 700.
No, the recent one
wasn't 700.
Yeah, it was 800 and something.
It's just this sales job. And this is the funny thing, right? The sales job at Kent Town's 30. Yeah. So
it's pretty good for that.
Yeah,
for that.
It's been a lot longer.
That's pretty good.
So, I think that's probably my tips as a thing. Then, my other tips would be if you have a phone call from the employer to try and organise an interview, answer the call, and if not, bring it back. And then if you get an interview, go to it. We've had
especially in the last 12 months.
It's been okay. It's coming out the other side, but there was a period where people wouldn't rock up to interviews. You'd ring them and offer them a job, and they wouldn't answer the phone. And that kind of behaviour is fine when the tide is high and all the boats are floating. When the tide goes out, you are going to get exposed, and all of a sudden you're going to be, well, it was fine before when unemployment was, at a point where people were climbing over each other. I'm having conversations with business owners now who are having staff leave and they're not replacing them. They're shrinking their business back down. I know 2 companies that are looking to half the size of their business, and I'm talking 10 million to 5 million, 4 million to 2 million, like big businesses, medium businesses, small businesses probably as far as the ATO is concerned. And that's what, at least 28 staff that are now unemployed, and they're going into the market, their jobs are gone. And if they're doing it, other people are doing it. And so that stupid behaviour of just not getting back to them or not answering the phone is, it's fine today. It's going to really hurt when you try and use the same behaviour, or you apply for a job here, and I remember your name because I'm like that, and it just doesn't happen. So I hope that answered the question. It was probably a long way of answering that question. All right, you've got more questions. We'll quickly punch.
But I mean, if there's more questions there, that's fine.
Shane O'Lee, thanks again, gents, for the call-in. I'll be putting in some hard miles over this weekend. That was Shane from New South fucking Wales. So he obviously got one of our stubby holders in the week of the giveaway.
Oh, yeah, cooler, yeah.
Jonesy Ray. Something about my dog destroying my lawn. She can prove it when showing you she has the shoots in her mouth.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, that's what it was. Yeah, that's what it was.
She's got Josie's lawn's humming along there, actually.
Yeah, it is.
Been working on it. That's all of those questions. That was it, Dill, from those? Yep. All right. Jonesy, ask me some questions and we'll try and wind this up at 4 o'clock because Dylan is going to
9 minutes.
The salon to get groomed.
I am, yeah.
Or you're grooming someone.
At the salon.
At the salon. Cool.
Yep.
Not 100% sure.
At the salon.
Just
we need to rectify that.
Yeah.
Rectify at the salon.
Rectify?
Yeah. You reckon what? All right. Okay. So, those of you that have just tuned in, so we're going back to the
If
question.
you just tuned in now, you just missed the best podcast.
But I asked Clint a question about you starting fresh, new home build, what to do. You're going to have to watch that, but you've done that now. You've done everything that you've said. What's the basic equipment that then you should buy?
For a home.
For a home, yeah. So
Rotary scissors.
Yeah, rotary scissors, that's basic.
That's all you need.
That's all you need. All right.
Yep.
That's it. Rotary
That's
scissors. Still baffles me that no one's responded to me about
giving me rotary scissors. We should start our own brand.
Yeah. You should go to Alibaba. That'll happen.
Yeah. Something like sit on this and rotate.
Yeah. That'll do it.
It's a bit long, but that could be the name.
Yeah. We could work something.
Sit and spin?
Sit and spin, yeah.
Don't sit on the rotary scissors. It's not a good idea. Obviously,
because you don't need a cylinder. You do not need a cylinder.
No, you do what Jonesy does. Go steal like a concrete pipe from the local store when they're tight to the back of your lawn.
You know what, Dylan? That's exactly what I did. That's exactly what I did.
Jonesy, you see those guys that do the log rolling? He's like, it's a really big log and just rolls down one end and then rolls it down the other end and rolls it down. Obviously, you need something to cut the grass with. Coring, don't buy those stupid shoes.
Oh, fuck, please.
Yeah. The best thing you could do if you bought those shoes is turn them up the other way and fall on them.
Sorry, I know we're 8 or so minutes now, but I had some.
That's all right, we can go over. Dylan's got it.
I had someone to say, like, I was like, oh, that area in your lawn looks very dry. I suggest a core. And they said, oh, I caught it.
I just realised Mud was going to an event.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
giving him shit about leaving at 3:30. Yeah. He's going to work.
And they said, oh, I called my lawn not long ago, and I was like, oh, what core did you use? And they said, shoes. And I said, please don't use it.
Yeah, shoes.
But you don't know what you don't know as well.
That's 100%. That's what
I'm also a big believer of that.
So you need to mow the lawn. So I guess you probably want to buy a mower that's suitable for the size of your lawn. I bought a battery operated. Where is that mower? Is that here?
Yeah, it's out.
Give it away.
It's on top of the gap.
What is it? Milwaukee or no? It's a
Makita.
So I bought a Makita mower. That was right. Obviously, the smaller the mower, the smaller the catcher, and then the smaller the catcher, the more often you're going to be replacing by tipping it out. But if you're mowing regularly, you could get away with something like that. So a mower, something to edge with. So I don't like edges because I don't know how to use them properly, and I don't think it suits me. I don't whipper it well at all. Like
We've seen that in
at Rob's house.
At Rob's house.
So yeah, rotary scissors. That's all you need.
Yeah.
You don't even need a lawnmower.
Well, if your lawn's not that big.
Yeah, and then probably a quality spray unit. It doesn't have to be a solar one. It doesn't have to be battery operated. It just needs to be something that's going to be reliably sealed, and it's the appropriate size for your lawn. So a 10-litre backpack sprayer for me does my 160 to 200 square metres well. So you could almost argue that a litre per 20 square metres, depending. Every sprayer is different, but you know, if you 100 square metre lawn's probably fine for a 5 litre. Give or take.
Give or take, you'll get it.
We've
spoken about that before, obviously, plenty of times. But
that's it.
Yeah.
I think. Can you think of anything else?
The other thing I was thinking about would be a fertilizer spreader.
One that doesn't jam up.
Of some capacity. Now, obviously, there's spreaders that are thousands of dollars. There's spreaders that walk behinds.
One of them.
There's walk behinds that cost thousands of dollars. That
It's pretty magic, don't it?
yeah.
We can't find money in fertilizer spreaders.
And there's also ones
Ask me Monday.
that you can buy for $14.
Yeah, the green ones. Yeah, I wanted to get one of them in orange, but they needed me to buy like 20,000.
Yeah, a shipping container.
Yeah. All right.
That was one of my jobs when I first started.
Find me orange hand spreaders.
Next, something you wish you knew about lawn when you got into lawn.
The first thing that came to mind was the long-term impacts of an over-sow with rye.
Yeah.
I think that it gets exciting when you join the lawn world and everyone's punching out over-sows.
Yeah.
Especially when you've got someone on staff that's like, fuck, let's do it. Like, because Max is like, let's do it. It'll be cool.
Yeah.
Like, and it's good content. I probably didn't need to do that. Beyond that I guess hybrid cooches aren't necessarily any better than Santarana. I know you're not meant to say that, but
It's the original goat.
yeah,
It is the original goat. And I believe it'll be here and it'll outlast some of these other hybrid creatures that are coming into
well, they're already bringing in new ones. You've got to remember that there's a commercial reasoning behind new brands because they can make money. So, which I don't have issues with, and if they're making improvements to certain things around it, which they may be, then cool. I think that's probably it. I mean, I'm not that deep into the lawn world, right? Like,
I know, and I know that might be weird to some people. Obviously,
consider it
all the
multi-million-dollar lawn.
all the ads, but that's why I asked you because you're not so deep into it as other people, and I would say 95% of our customers are average.
Yeah, I would be our customer. That's why it works because I get up there and like, I know what I'm doing. This kind of worked. Probably the importance of the right soil prep, and I'm not just saying like how deep or whatever, but even just the right soil and the right mix of sands and organics and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Obviously, I've been selling irrigation for more than 20 years, which makes me feel sick saying that out loud. But I knew about irrigation.
Mm-hmm.
I probably didn't know much more than that. Like I knew I could just I had Taikuni lawn at my last house when we first started Lawnhub. Yeah, and so you kind of couldn't kill it.
Yeah.
Just put out. I remember that December I put out. In 20 days I turned it from 0 to hero. What are you looking at? Oh, the torch.
These cars come.
That's the torch. It's picking up Emma.
Two more.
Two more.
Common mistake you see?
Using cheap hairdressers.
Yep. and last one.
Common mistake I see with what?
Like in the lawn space.
Over application of products, either the regularity or the action volume.
Yeah.
I say this a lot to my friends. Fertilizer is not like cocaine, right? Just because one is good doesn't make two better.
Yeah.
And so just stick to the one.
Yeah.
It's just an example. I don't know what I'm talking about. So just calm down.
Not financial advice.
No, you know what I mean. So you can't. If you put twice as much fertilizer down, you could kill it.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
As you got with your moon.
Well, that was more than twice as much fertilizer. I think I might have put maybe 20 times more fertilizer than I didn't even think about it. I just left it. I didn't try to vacuum it up or anything. I just went, well, she'll be right. Turns out she won't be right.
And to sign it out, we've had lots of tips from Clint, but hot tip from Clint about lawn.
A hot tip about lawn. Radio silence.
Got silent.
The things that I'm thinking about are like how much longer and how much different will lawn be of interest, right? That's my thing. Like, I'm trying to think of what's my hot take on will lawns go away, or will they make more of a comeback and start replacing artificial? I think that makes sense. Be interesting to see what will happen over the coming 24 months as my forecasted economy shrinkage, whether or not people will actually start spending more time at home and therefore lawn care will actually increase more because it's something that people can control quite inexpensively rather than going out and doing other things. I don't know. I'm assuming another hot tip that I don't think this is the answer to what you were actually expecting me to say, but I expect that Syngenta will bring out a new product to do something that they probably had waiting for a Celebrant's thing to run out or Barricade's thing to run out, and they're like, this is the new one.
Yeah.
I expect that to happen. That seems like a natural course of action.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that kind of what you're thinking?
Yeah, I mean, my hot tip would be at the end of the day, it's just lawn.
Yeah, don't take it too seriously.
And just don't take it too seriously. Things happen. We get disease, we get pests, we get, burn, we get whatever, and we don't have to put it on display for hundreds of thousands of Australians like our,
Well, there's definitely not hundreds of thousands. Oh, maybe.
No, I'm talking about like the AFL breeders and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, look, they still have the same issues.
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
I guess ultimately, if you get them alone and talk to them, they have the same theory. It's just more like there's so many things going on in the world that are worse. In saying that, there is an expectation that they have it at a standard. But, you look at talk to Rowan in the preparation for Liv or Hoffy in the preparation for anything. They just do the best they can. And then on the day, that's it. You can't.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
So, yeah. Which is kind of I think how most people navigate life. And I think if you can't accept that, that's when anxiety creeps in. And so if you could just go, look, this is, unless you're a brain surgeon or a heart surgeon, then you shouldn't be anxious. It's not, we're not dealing with life and death here, it's just, it is. So if you do your best, I think that's all people can ask for. Unless you like Dylan, be like, well, I did my best. Well, you obviously didn't do well enough.
I was actually like, that was nice. That actually was like,
it's like, I got this one, I got away.
I tried my best.
Clip that shit. Remember fucking old mate Jonesy over here?
Yeah, I got excited in the first one.
Oh, clip it, that's a clip, Dylan. That's a clip, Dylan.
I ruined the actual clip because you can't.
I've evolved since then. I've become,
You usually just give me a look now. And I'm like,
Yeah, he's like,
you'll write it and then paper plane later.
And the podcast you're appearing on coming up, Clint, is
it called the Australian Lawn and Gardening Podcast?
It is, with Luke.
Oh, thanks for calling me back, mate. Yeah, so he was in Adelaide doing a live podcast at Adelaide Oval, and he asked if I could do a podcast. It worked out that the most convenient time was Sunday afternoon, so he met me at Kent Town, did a podcast in my old studio, which is kind of cool. So the background.
Yeah, OG. Yeah.
So the background of his podcast will be the full landscapes original backdrop. And I think we probably could have talked for another 2 hours. I had to get back somewhere. Connor was at St. Jack to basketball, wasn't he? So kind of got cut short. But I expect we'll probably do another one. And I expect that he'll probably be on one of our podcasts. He's in WA, so I don't know how that will work. But it was good. I love doing podcasts, man. Like you think about, I think we said this last time. This is all we get paid to do.
Yeah, it's pretty crap.
It's ridiculous. But I was even thinking, we're looking at opening a studio, so we've got a permanent setup for podcasting. Usually these ideas enter my head, and you've been around long enough, and then they kind of evolve over about 3 to 6 months, and then it just happens. I know deep down that it matters and we need to do it. I'm just trying to justify the $100,000 a year that it's probably going to cost to have a studio, and where to put it. Because even this morning I was like, I should put it close to where it's convenient for me, right? It's my fucking studio, my podcasting studio. So I get something in the northeast because then it's just go there, do something, go home, whatever. pain in the ass for Dylan. Not so bad for you. But you might move into the big smoke as you climb the corporate ladder. Get out of Gawler. Someone will probably steal your house anyway.
Maybe.
Burn it down.
Maybe.
That would happen out in Gawler.
That would.
Arson, theft.
Yeah.
There was a fire in Williamstown a few months ago. House burned down in Williamstown. Nice property.
My dad lived at Williamstown for a little while, and it was really nice. Like, it was different, right? So, like, I lived with mum, and then go to dad's once in 4 months, and so you'd go out and there'd be like an acre or two, and kind of fuck around outside and not get bitten by snakes, thankfully. But it's a really nice part of the world. Burbo's mate Clint lives out that way and works in the city, and
It's not that much further from.
with that new expressway. It's nuts. Like if you worked at Port Adelaide, lived at Williamstown.
Yeah.
Or like Jeffreys, like kind of along that one stretch. Like it's probably quicker than.
It probably is.
Probably quicker than
from that
you
side
to
of the city. Yeah.
So Celeste and I we had a contract on a vineyard at Cromer, which is next to Birdwood. I don't know if I've ever told you about that.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Did I tell you about that?
No.
We signed a contract to buy a vineyard in 2014, I think. Fuck, can't have been that long ago. Must have been after that, because Jack's 13. Might have been. But so it was a 60-acre property with 30 acres of vines. And the plan was to buy this property and turn it into a craft brew wedding venue and then live there and then host weddings there. And I was going to get 2 Clydesdales and call them Clydesdales. and like, I had all these plans. I was going to have the horse-drawn cart bring in the Clydesdales. Clydesdales bring in the horse-drawn, put the cart before. Get Clydesdale, and like for an extra $1,000, you can have the Clydesdales bring you down the driveway, and we just get photos in the vines and all that. But it was $810,000, and I had no deposit. Like I shouldn't have been doing it. The business was only making $100,000 a year, $150,000 a year. And I remember going in. I had this contract going. Banks, my broker couldn't get finance. I ended up brokering it myself. I'm like going to ANZ, going and now playing them off against each other, and I ended up getting approval for 97% LVR. I reckon. Actually, I probably can't even say that. I didn't get approval, so I ended up calling off after I think 8 months of like trying to get finance. But they couldn't sell this place. It had, because it was a vineyard basically. So they ended up ripping all the vines out. 30 acres of wine. These grapes got sold to Bird in Hand to make wine. Yeah. Ripped all that out, and they ended up selling the property as just an empty plot for probably the same amount of money. Because no one wants that many. But no. I went and met with Dion and his boss at the time, who's still his boss, I think. And he said, if you go through with this, you're a fucking idiot. He's like, anything changes in your life at all, you're fucked. Yeah. Like, you are so close to the line of making this work. And like, okay. Couldn't get finance. So, that. Anyway, we should probably go. Dylan's hair's looking fluffy. Go get the
Shampooed it.
Shampoo?
Yeah.
I shampoo my hair every day.
I wish I could shampoo my hair
every day.
I'll get bad dandruff if I kick it off.
Yeah, it doesn't happen. Maybe I use cheap shampoo. I don't know.
Maybe that's what my problem is. I use cheap shampoo.
Yeah, it washes your hair out. Maybe maybe wash it down to the scalp. Yeah. No, my Gordon Adams from LinkedIn has nice thick hair. So I think Clint Adams from LinkedIn's probably gonna have nice thick hair for a while. You see my kids, like Jack's got a wool. So anyway, thanks for tuning in to those of you that survived through the hiccups at the start. If you've got any questions, we're obviously always available. Yeah. You can hit us up on the website via text or on our social channels. When are you going away?
August 5th.
Alright, so I need to sort out some guests for August. Probably bring in some professionals.
Yeah, some actual professionals.
Yeah, ones with the turfs.
Yeah.
Yeah. Alright, keep it brief, and we will see you next Friday, I think. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. Yeah? Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah, we'll work it out.
We worked this one out.
Yeah.
Oh.